Hey everybody, I got a good one for you today. Little fun backstory behind it. Um, in our church Bible study group, my nickname is Jeremiah Joe, because a couple studies back we studied the book of Jeremiah, and it resonated with me. I was, all on it, hands on. Because again, there was a lot of repetition throughout Jeremiah, and again, that's my rule. It's about principle, and it gets repeated over and over and over. That's so it gets through, so you understand it. So I'm going to break it down into just a bite-sized portion with two passages that are really close to each other. The first part of it is Jeremiah chapter 18, verses 3 and 4. So I went there and saw the potter working at his wheel. Whenever a piece of pottery turned out imperfect, he would take the clay and make it into something else. Right? That's the first part. Now the second part is in Jeremiah chapter 19, verses 10 and 11. Then the Lord told me to break the jar in front of the men who had gone with me, and to tell them that the Lord Almighty had said, I will break this people and this city, and it will be like this broken clay jar that cannot be put together again. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you my interpretation of what that means together. One of the biggest lessons, and this is what absolutely my testimony. That's why it resounded so well with me. It's not about what you've done. It's about what you are willing to do. Right? You can never change your past, but you can always change your future. As long as you draw breath, you can always repent, turn around, turn away from, make it right. Do not let this world harden your mind or your heart. Stay teachable, right? Nobody is always right. And don't let it harden your heart. You have to forgive everyone. You have to love everybody. You don't have to. It's so funny. We just had this discussion in our last Bible study group. You don't have to like everybody, but you have to love everybody. We went over that. Love is the linchpin. That's the center point of everything. One of my greatest achievements, I would say, and again, not by my own, it's because, when I struggle, I know where to turn. I finally got the lesson to stop turning away from it and just stay in it. It'll teach you everything you need to know. Anything that matters. If you want to live a good, fruitful life, if you want to be truly productive, not by what the world's standard is, but by a real standard, that's how you do it. The truth. Some of us have had bad experiences. I always say there's two kinds of people. When you go through a bad traumatic experience, you can either be a victim or you can be the victor, but you can't be both. Right? It cannot be. Both cannot be true at the same time. Both can be true, but not at the same time. If you are a victim, if you are stuck in victim mindset, right, that means it's an outside influence, right? That's handing over your power, your control to something else, right? When you are the victor, you take command of it. You own up to it. You correct it. And there's only one way to do it. You got to turn to Jesus. You got to know the Word. You got to live it. Again, this is my testimony. This is what you will hear. You know how I say principles repeat in the Bible? I'm going to sound like a broken record because this is my testimony. That's the point of all this. Anywho, as usual, take care of yourselves. Try and help take care of each other. I'll see you in the next one.